Hello, people. We are back. A2TP podcast, episode 249, and we are back. Y'all are back. It is your boy, International Walt, sitting here with the beautiful.
It's your girl, Tasha, co-hostess with the mostest.
And we're back for another episode of us. We doing good? How y'all doing? We here, y'all here. Let's get right to the show. How are you?
Whew, that's a loaded question.
Loaded like a gat.
Yeah, I don't want to be emotional. I'm probably like an 8, probably like an 8. Just a lot on my mind. I might be PMSing, so maybe that's like causing me to be emotional, but probably like an 8. But I'll be okay.
What's on your mind? Somebody bother you?
No, nobody really bothered me.
It's okay to get it out instead of just walking around emotional. That comes out in other ways, like anger and shit like that.
True, and I don't feel angry at you. You actually are like, and it's probably selfish. I mean, it's probably unfair to you and selfish of me because you're like my remedy. Like, I see you and just can lay on your chest and it kind of takes away. So I don't have any negative feelings towards you. Just one, and this sounds very broad, but you okay? Just the state of the world like can be heavy. Mm-hmm. Like, things happening.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. Working with people and knowing like, seeing people have a hard time sometimes. I do really well. Well, I haven't felt like this like probably ever, and I don't know, maybe it's just a bunch of different things happening at one time and it just feels so heavy, like the sadness for people. Like I don't feel sad about, I'm so grateful that we're blessed the way we are, but just talking to people and knowing the things that they're going through, and it's just a sad and scary time that other people are having to endure. And then like on a more personal level, I've had some conversations today and it sucks having to grieve people that are still alive. And that's just that. I know it's necessary in cases to protect my peace, but it just sucks. So that's that.
Where did that come from?
Today's my mom's birthday and I'm fine. Like I didn't have any, I guess like a message had kind of came to me and it was like, nah, like I'm cool, like protecting my peace. But it's just, certain boundaries are required. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay in standing on that. It just sucks sometimes that life has went in that direction. So I'll just leave that there. Oh, why do you have me on this camera crying?
So that's your mentals.
Yeah, so my mental's an 8, yeah.
Okay.
Finances definitely an 8, and this time more than ever, so grateful for our blessings and just hoping that God continues to allow us, and even more so in a bigger way, to be a blessing to others. We ain't rich, we can't save the world, but I hope that there's some way, big or small, that we can help other people or continue to help other people, because we do, but just praying that God continues to bless us so we can be a blessing to others. Work is other than the mental aspect, work is good. It's probably a 9. It's busy, it's a lot, but I see the light peeking through. I don't see it all the way at the end of the tunnel yet, but it's cracking through. I finally got a new team member, so I'm excited about that. And people brand new, it's kind of like you still in the same position, because they got to be, well, it's maybe different in your field because people got to come in knowing how to do that work. You can't come in and be taught how to use a tape measure, but
you can, but it's a long process.
Yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't accept somebody, right?
No, I don't have that type of time.
Yeah, I mean, and in this aspect, you got to know some things, but you really, some things have to be taught. But I'm confident. I feel good just knowing that process is starting. And then physically, I feel like a 9. Like nothing's hurting. Thank God, I'm healthy, as far as I know, and nothing is, I'm good. So no complaints. Thank God for that. Mm. How are you?
Mentally, I feel, after hearing your breakdown. I was a 9, but I feel more
See?
like a 8.5. Just because of proximity. So yeah, I feel like an 8.5. No, I mean I want you to be okay. I don't. Again, I know that you work a job that you love, but I don't necessarily like the toll that it takes on you. And we can sit here and, you know, talk about it, the do's and don'ts, and it does or it doesn't, but it does. It takes a toll on your mental state, takes a toll on you, and it makes me worry about you. Like, you know, I don't necessarily like your job. I like the fact that it makes you happy is what I like about your job, that it makes you happy. But the fact that it weighs on you the way it does, I don't necessarily like that. Like, you can do something else and still make your contribution to the world and people without the stress, without the mental stress, without the you know, it being a physical stress on your body. You're getting older, and you need to think about that. Like, you've been working since you were 14.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be 45 next year, and you know, we should be in a mindset of how do we make the money we make by doing less at this age. Like, we're not trying to work until we're 70. We're not trying to work till we're 75. God willing, we live that long, but we're trying to enjoy life, and thank God we're in a position to make the money we make. But it should be about working smarter, not harder, and still having your space to contribute to the world and to people how you want to. So that's just my 2 cents on that. Finances is always going to be an 8. Like, I love the way God blesses us, and we can be a blessing to others. That's always sounds like a cliche, but it just is what it is. Work is actually a 10. Work is great.
That's so good.
Yeah,
I know it was pretty stressful for you for a minute. Well, not
yeah, but work is just rolling. It's just rolling. It's going good. Nothing stressing me out. I'm productive. So yeah, I'm cool with that. Physically, I feel great. I didn't have much pep this week, but I got through all my workouts, worked out hard. Today I just walked though. So yeah, I feel great. My body feel great. Still trying to lose these 10 pounds, and we'll go from there. Wows and woes, ups and downs, stops and goes.
My wow, the Jamaica was really, you know, that was been the people that, you know, we met at our favorite resort. That has been on my mind. I know we'll talk more about it, but that, I mean, I know it's like part of the world. Weather, like, you know, Mother Nature. I couldn't think of it. Natural disasters are a part of Mother Nature, but and not that we like know anybody personally. I do have friends who have family there. But
we know Andre.
But I mean personally to be like texting them or anything like that. But yeah, we are familiar.
We know
Rashay, the girl that do the karaoke. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we do know of some people that we built a rapport with when we do see them. So I just been thinking like, damn, I hope they okay. I mean, you know, I hope there's no
Pop Smoke.
I hope there's no mass casualties. I should say that. Natasha, you remember was the other Natasha there? So yeah. But that was kind of like the whoa, like damn, like a place that we're so familiar with. My wow, I'll say, on the opposite side of work, you know, having the emotional toll. I finished a leadership program that I've been doing since July, and today is kind of like our final presentation, and we have our graduation this week, and you know, it just kind of felt good to do something on a professional development side, and I was proud of myself. That, you know, so that for me, which, you know, that was my wow for this week.
My wow is just I'm here for another week. I had a great week. You know, we do this weekly, but I had a great week. Yeah, I'm just glad to be alive. I'm glad to be able to wake up, see my wife, talk to my daughter. And just be alive, just be able to enjoy life. Like, there were some passings this week from a few people, but yeah, so I'm just glad to be alive.
People I know?
Celebrity people. but you wouldn't. There's no need to cover. But yeah, just glad to be alive. Just happy to be breathing air. Happy that all my limbs and shit work. Happy that I got eyesight. I can smell things. I can touch things. I'm aware. I'm just happy about that. My woe, I don't have no woes. I'm not gonna try to manufacture none. Don't got no woes.
Your car smells really good.
Oh, my car. She got me an air freshener with a face on it. Yeah, I've seen those on Instagram and went right past them. But people was getting dogs and their kids and family pictures. I just think that shit is kind of cheesy. But I do enjoy your air freshener because it smells good. Because I've seen one where like a family got they picture on a plate, like on a plate set, and it's like, yeah, why y'all eating off y'all
I love
picture.
Personalized gifts.
I do love it. It's just not something
like,
I would have bought.
Something that I don't know. It's like unique.
Mm-hmm.
I had seen it for a while too, and looked at it a couple times, and then sometimes those boutiques, or not boutiques, but like those companies on social media, you just never really know. But I'm like, all right, the price wasn't bad, so let me just sit. And the shipping, it actually happened all pretty fast, so I didn't have any complaints. And yeah, I love little stuff. My friends better be on the lookout because there might be, you can order like an individual one or a 3-pack or a 6-pack. So
I thought it was unique, like for me. So now everybody just get them, huh?
Not with my picture.
It's a.
I was
just saying, like it's
It's a quick gift to give us. I like giving people unique gifts, whether it's like something monogram, something that's like personal, that like nobody else is gonna have that but you. You know what I mean? So if I got somebody else a picture of a special picture, a picture that's special to them, nobody else is gonna have it. Especially if it's like a sneaky thing, like you grab a picture off like their social media, something and they don't even know. I thought that would be cute. So
that's kind of stalky, but okay. I have a picture off their social media.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who does that?
A lot of people. How you think our sister got our music thing?
She was at our wedding. She can just
no, but those pictures are from all parts of our life.
Yeah, but that's my sister. Like that's different.
Okay.
You're talking about grabbing some images from a stranger to send you.
Not a stranger,
but a friend, whatever. It's not family. Is all I'm saying. That's a little weird to me. What's the best advice you ever ignored?
Wow, that's a great question. It makes me think, if I ignored it, do I remember it? Do I regret it? The best advice
we all have hindsight.
I ever ignored, it probably would be, something to do. You know what? I know what it is. Like the whole weight loss thing, like it gets harder as you get older. And like I probably heard that in my 20s, in my 30s, and here I am in my 40s, and not necessarily that I completely ignored it, but I probably didn't take it. The consistency wasn't there. Not even that I didn't take it serious. I just was never consistent enough to really implement it. Like, so that's like one of the first things that pops in my mind. Like, now you realize, like, they weren't lying.
Right.
Like, not only does it get harder, it gets to a point where it's like, I don't think it's happening.
What you mean?
Like it's stuck.
I don't think I'm going to do it, or you don't think it's going to...
Like, I think the fat is stuck on me. Like, it ain't... Like, you realize your metabolism slows down, your body just... the processes and your physiological state is different. So when they say it becomes harder, it's not that it becomes harder to go to the gym or becomes harder to work out. I mean, that's kind of working out as you get older. Of course, you might not be able to do the same jumping jacks at 45 that you did at 25, or maybe you can, but like it becomes harder in the sense that physiologically your body doesn't respond the same.
Hell no. You lose your quick twitch muscles, you lose your lateral.
No, but I mean inside things where your metabolism gets to be so slow.
And you're talking, where you're doing workouts and you just don't see what you're supposed to see.
Yeah.
That makes you get discouraged, lose your pep, and all that kind of
shit. You be
shit.
like, what the hell? Like,
but you still got to do it.
I mean, you do.
Because if you don't do it, you're just getting worse.
Well, not only that, you think, okay, if working out, you're not losing weight, but you're not gaining weight. Imagine if you weren't working out, then you would be. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm not saying that to say don't do it because it gets hard, but...
And I also think at this big age, like, I would always keep working out because I'm afraid that, like you said, being older and your metabolism and, like, you just... your body not being able to do it. Like if you chill for 6 months or something, it would be so fucking hard to go back. Yeah. It would be like you starting all over again. Like I can't even do 10 minutes on a treadmill. Like what the hell happened?
And you think about the things that when you get older, you want to be able to do and the exercises that will help you do them now. Like there's been videos like doing squats now will help you when you're 80, God willing, being able to sit down and stand up normally without, it almost breaking you. Hip flexibility, doing whatever you need to do for that.
Calisthenics.
Yeah, just being able to reach your arms above your head to get something out the cabinet. Doing the workouts now to help build that muscle strength and muscle memory will help you later where, you doing this now as a workout, but you don't realize when you're 80, that's going to allow you to be able to reach up in that cabinet. That's going to allow you to be able to wash your back.
Pop a shoulder.
Yeah. So
your ligaments won't be rubber bands.
And you ain't never you ain't stretched your arm that way in however long.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that I think like, and again, not to say I ignored it, but that's something that I wish I had took more heed to.
Okay.
What about you?
For me, I would think it would be school. Go to school. And I know that's like a cliche, just like lose weight or getting older you can't lose weight, but go to school. Like I went to school and I felt like my experience in school was because I had to. I would love to go to school because I want to and enjoy school the way kids enjoyed school, like who just went through school. I would love to go to college to see, just experience what that was like. Like you had that experience. You had the experience of graduating high school and having a graduation and all that stuff and walking the aisle and I would just want those experiences and definitely just to go to college and go away, like not necessarily far away, like the miles, but just to go be on a campus.
Be on campus,
and do shit like
immersed in the experience.
Exactly. And then have that to reflect on at 48 years old and be like, damn, I remember when I was in college and blah, 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 blah. Or have friends from college that you kind of had that, for a long time since you were 19, 20 years old.
Yeah, and this homecoming season, seeing a lot of people that like I went to high school with and them going to their respective colleges and stuff for homecoming. I don't have, I went to Drexel for a year and some, but I don't feel that connection to be like, oh, I'm going to homecoming, I'm an alumni. Not real. I am, but yeah. So having that connection to a school where for some people that was such an integral part of their life, like high school and college, like
it's kind of set the
foundation.
It's kind of where you grew up, got your morals, you cut your teeth, and
you went from childhood, because you figure you went to college between 17 and 19 and you graduate between 21 to 23, like you kind of went into adulthood.
So I would want to experience school in that way, and not because like when I think about stuff on Facebook, I see about grads and the reunions that they have. I would have been class of 95, and I see those things and been like, damn, like not that I would sit here and be like I would go, because I probably would to see what it was like, but I wouldn't go to all of them, but just to see like the 10-year reunion, 20-year reunion, and all that kind of stuff, that would be dope. And I see pictures of people, and it's crazy because that's how much of a blur it was to me, is that I don't remember the faces. Like I wouldn't know who people are because they turn grown.
You would recognize their names, but not their face.
Like somebody could be standing in front of me and it'd be like, yo, remember we used to, and I'd be like, damn, I ain't know you. Like you look grown. Like last time I saw you, you were 15.
Yeah.
Now the next time I see you, you 45. I don't know who the fuck you are, but I do remember your name. And just like the girl name I remember when I was like, damn, I remember you.
And some people, I think, they still look exactly like themselves. Some people had a hard paper route, and it is understandable that they wouldn't be recognizable. And I think sometimes out of sight, out of mind. Now,
could have had a couple of kids, could have had a bad relationship, could have had, like you said, just a rough route. Life was kicking that ass.
Now, and this is probably a rhetorical question because I think I know the answer, but no, you didn't, like, no white people were at Gratz when you were there, right?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't recall any white people being there.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, Girls High was very diverse. I knew of, a lot of the white girls, by name, and we were cordial while in school. I didn't like hang out with any white girls. I don't have any white friends. But it's because sometimes I will like see people on social media and stuff, and it's like, I know their name, but if they knocked on the door, I wouldn't recognize them, But and not to just say white girls, there are some. Just the other day, I seen a girl page, and I'm like, oh wow, like I seen her mutual friends, all that I graduated with, and I'm like, that's right, this girl did graduate. But again, if we were standing next to each other in the supermarket, I wouldn't have known her. So it's not just white girls, but some black girls too. I guess it's Gratz as well as Girls High, a huge school, so you're not gonna know everybody, but there are some names that will be recognizable.
Yeah, I just don't do well with the faces at all because, again, it was a blur, and the last time I saw you, you was 15, 16, now you 48, 47. Like, I can't even transfer the face to be like, oh, that's what you would have looked like. It's like you're a new person to me. And I scroll past these faces and be like, oh shit, like, I don't know who these people, and then I see a name and be like, damn, that's who you turned into, that's who you look like. See, you got more of a experience with that, and I don't, and it's shocking to me sometimes where it's like, damn, I do remember this name, but I would have never guessed you look like this now.
You know what I would have loved to see you like in the yearbook. You know how they have like the bow tie pictures.
It would have been most fly.
And like, well, I'm just talking about just all the yearbook pictures lined up.
Okay.
And so if you were in the yearbook, let's say then in 95, usually people have a quote under their picture or something. What do you think your quote would have been at that time?
Wow. That people would have wrote? No,
so the way the process goes, when you submit your picture, you put what quote you want them to have, so when they print it, it's under your name. Okay.
I don't know what I would have had in high school.
In 95, like just something. Some people put something funny.
Time.
Some people. Okay.
Yeah,
I can see
like
that.
Prime time.
Yeah, I can see that.
In 95, it would have probably said prime time.
Okay.
Or something like some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, some people put something really funny. Some people might put a line from whatever their favorite song was at the time. Some people might put something philosophical. I think I put something, going back to this, family trauma. I think I put something like, just like thanking them for their support. But you know how most people say, like, I want to thank my mom and dad. Because of the turmoil, between my mom and I remember purposely saying dad and mom, like saying it the other way around. But I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember that. Like, yeah. It wasn't anything witty or funny. It was just like usually it's just like a one-liner, so yeah.
That's cool. What's the one thing that makes you feel old? Like if you had to pick one thing, see one thing, hear one thing.
I think this is not one. It is one thing, but it's kind of generalizing. The music today, it's so much. That. I'm pretty much.
I think for me, it goes too fast. It moves too fast, and I don't know if the I'm sorry to cut you. I don't know if the BPMs, beats per minute, has been turned up because of the sound of the music today. But for me, it moves too fast.
For me, I feel like it's the context of this, because even rap that's a lost cause. I am an old school rap listener, and when I say old school, that even sounds old.
So new rap for you?
No. I mean, I've listened to like Little Baby, or is it Lil Durk or Dirk? Okay, I listen to them because I've been in a car with you, but not like intentionally me listening. I don't I'm very specific about the rap that I do like. Like, I'm a New York rap listener. I want to understand all the words. Like, the mumble rap, I never could get with that. So my rap.
You're fronting on Atlanta a little bit though, because
T.I.
I'm about to say there's some Atlanta stuff
I like
I
like T.I. I like Wayne, but again, they are not part of that mumble rap culture.
No, but they have
accents, but you understand what they're saying.
True.
So maybe not just all New York, because I'm not a Nas fan. So maybe I shouldn't say New York, but I'm not part of the
blasphemy,
the mumble rap culture. But even with R&B, I think the context
they make that sound like it's harmony, but whatever, or melodic.
Okay,
that mumble rap stuff.
The context of the R&B, like it's like
singing fuck,
like trap R&B. I can't get with that. And the songs are too short. Like, so I like new music, but it's from established artists. Like, I'm waiting for the Jasmine Sullivan album. I like Tiana Taylor when she comes out with new music. So that's my thing. A lot of new girls are good, but I'm not like a big fan. Like Coco Jones, I like. Summer Walker, I like. Summer ain't that new. But so that's for me. Music makes me feel old because, like, even Cardi B, she's not, young, but I think you played her album one time, but I couldn't imagine me just riding around listening to Cardi B or listening to Meg Thee Stallion. And that's just not me.
I would look at you a little weird.
Yeah, like what? Yeah.
Seriously, you pulling up listening to Meg Thee Stallion? Okay, but Jesus.
That's just, and maybe that's not an old thing. That's just not a me thing. Like, that's just not a me thing.
Actually, when I think about
Glorilla, that's just not a me thing.
I'll check out a Glorilla. I like Glorilla. So
I'm not saying I dislike any of them. I'm just not that girl.
I won't ride around listening to her, but I will check out some music from Glorilla. And Cardi. I like them both.
I like Cardi when you play her album, but again, for me, it's, I don't know, I feel like I don't want to ride around listening to these curse words. Give me my jazz, give me my gospel, give me my Jasmine Sullivan, give me my Tiana Taylor. That's like my gospel. I kind of, if it's not Tasha Cobbs, I keep it on rotation of like whoever. My jazz, I love it. Tiana, Jasmine Sullivan, I kind of rotate.
My male R&B artist I like listening to is Tank.
I like Tank. I
used to like Trey Songz, but when he first started, he had good songs. Now he sing ratchet songs, like singing fuck and singing pussy.
The trap R&B.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I like Giveon.
My female artist I like to listen to is Jasmine Sullivan and Marsha Ambrosius.
Oh, I love Marsha.
I like to listen to them too.
Love Marsha.
Yeah, I don't do the old R&B like Mary and all that kind of. Not that I dislike them. I do like that stuff. It's a time and place for it, but I more or less listen to that stuff. Probably I get that from you, like hearing certain songs, and I might Shazam something, and then when I'm in my car, I'm like, oh, let me listen to this.
Yeah. There's a Mariah Carey album that Memoirs of a Perfect Angel. Love that album. I'll listen to that. Mary, it might be a specific album that I listen to. But again, the newer music. So for me, music makes me feel old because I feel so out of touch. What about you?
I would say the music also, but just the way the young kids act. Like just seeing two things. Just seeing how crazy and wild some of the kids act. Like I just remember I was in the streets. I act wild. I did a lot of crazy shit, a lot of bad shit. But the killing and all that stuff, the way that these young kids don't care about life, that kind of stuff makes me feel like the get off my lawn guy. Like y'all, like y'all, like almost like some of them are too far gone. Where it's like, if you got 4 or 5 homicides at 15 years old, I don't think you could be talked to. Is what I'm saying. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. I think you have so much and have done so much and hurt so many people that there's a reckoning with you. Like you was off the porch and feet in there.
I think you can be rehabilitated, but it's not going to be a talking to. I think you need some penitentiary time. Like
you think?
Yeah, like you again, a talking to ain't gonna fix that.
Right.
You need some long-term penitentiary rehabilitation.
Yeah.
So I don't think, again, at 14, 15, you got 4 or 5 murders, you started off bad. I think there's some hope for you. I wouldn't just throw away your life at that point if they don't give you life. But I do think that ain't nothing that's some mentoring gonna fix.
Right.
You got to do some time to heal that.
So yeah, just seeing how bad and angry and traumatized these young kids act and are, that makes me feel old. And the phone, like seeing when I grew up, everybody didn't have a phone. So it's like to see everybody have a phone now is and be like an attachment of their arm. Like young kids in a certain in that generation that grew up playing with the phone at 6 months old, like they have a physical reaction when you take the phone. Like I couldn't imagine being attached to something like that. Like when we grew up, we had video games and outside time and all, and it didn't matter if we got something like a Nintendo for a week or a Game Boy for it. Like we didn't give a shit. It happened. It was part of punishment. So what? You get it back. But we didn't have a physical reaction to you took the thing from me. We wasn't attached to anything like that in our childhood. And I can't remember. No Etch-a-Sketch, no none of that shit.
No, I agree. I think the whole physical reaction thing, it depends on the kid too. I mean, there are some kids that flip out, but I think that's those kids that are spoiled and so used to having their ways. There's some kids that they know they're going to get their ass whooped, you flip out, but so much. It's only but so much you're going to be able to do and say. Yeah, so it's funny you say that. I have a friend who, she has custody of her nieces. Similar story, similar situation. They was getting in trouble. This was over the summer. She took their phone. She's like, look, well, y'all ain't gonna have these phones all day, blah, 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 blah. The younger niece, eventually, she, adjusted to it. The older one, she was just like, can I have my phone back? Can I have my phone back? Can I have my phone back? So one day, she tells her, why don't you go outside, ride your bike, do whatever. She's like 13. Go outside, ride your bike, do whatever, burn some energy off. Leave me, you're not getting your phone. After a little bit goes by, she don't see her. So she like getting worried, like where the hell, like what's going on? And they live in a nice suburban neighborhood. What the hell is going on? Long story short, this girl had rode to the township over from their township to the police station and had told the cops that she didn't feel safe because her aunt had cameras in the house. But she knew, like, this was all because she wanted her phone back. Yeah. So, I will say, like, yes, there are some kids that go to the extreme or find some kind of way to do something. She was livid. She was like, the police, like, when she called the cops like, to say that they were missing, they were like, she's here.
That's an extreme.
You went to the cops.
To go to over a phone. That is an extreme thing to go to over a phone.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't disagree, but I think.
And I wasn't saying all kids.
Some kids adjust differently, and some kids, they gonna. And at that young age, like, what did you think the cops was gonna do? But nevertheless, that was, the reaction. Like, I don't feel safe.
That's crazy. I don't even know how you handle your kid after that. Like,
don't talk to, like, you can't say nothing to me.
No.
I'm going to feed you peanut butter and jelly because I can't starve you. I might just put your mattress and pillow on the floor. I might buy you some scrubs so that you have to be dressed, but you ain't wearing nothing cute. But don't talk to me. Like, I have no rep. And this was like in an area, I don't want to put people's business out there, so I'll tell you, but it's like, it ain't predominantly us. You went to the police?
Yeah.
You went to the police?
Like, you're not even my kid. You're not even my kid. And what type of bond do we have that you would just do it like this, just go to outsiders?
Nah, you like, go outside and ride my bike.
I'm the person,
imagine you on your bike like this. Like,
I'm the person who bought your bike. I'm the person who take care of you. I bought all your clothes you have on. And you went to the outsiders?
And the funny thing, she asked her, like, on the way home, like, why did you go to the police in that town and not our town? She was like, because I didn't know where the police station was. So she said she drove past and was like, That's our police station. Next time you want to go, make it easier for you. Go right there. Because I'm going to leave your ass. I was a flabbergasted.
But that's like police contact, paperwork, ID.
I'm on record now for you saying you don't feel safe.
Yeah, explanation. Now they put our address in the system. If something ever happened here, it's been reported. Like, come on.
You can't say sorry.
Now I go home feeling like I'm being watched.
Yeah.
Like I'm being watched.
Yeah.
And I'm grown. I pay the bills here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You will live in a Rubbermaid tub. Box you up, man. You crazy. That is
I forgot
insane.
to tell you about that. Yeah. Yeah.
That is insane. When is sorry not accepted?
I think
it's two things.
What I've learned is that sorry sometimes, I don't want to say often, sometimes it's selfish. You want me to forgive you so you can feel good. You're not really sorry about what you did or about how you made me feel. So I feel like when sorry comes after like repeated behavior,
the best sorry is change behavior. Yeah, that's the old adage. The best sorry is change behavior. So some people can keep their sorries. Like you can have them. And let me finish. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I feel like if it's a sorry that follows the same behavior, like you said, not changed behavior, then it doesn't mean I don't forgive you. But I'm forgiving you because I choose to. I don't want your sorry. Keep it. I'm gonna forgive you in my own time. You may never know that I forgive you, and that's okay because that forgiveness is for me. But your sorry is for you. Keep it. So that for me, it's not accepted when it's when it's a repeated cycle. It's
not genuine.
Yeah, I feel like it's not genuine, and you might say it is, but again, if it's repeated behavior and you're saying sorry again, I just feel like that's not accepted, and it's also not accepted when it's disrespect that you should know better. Like,
and I also think as the person who is being said sorry to, I think you get to dictate whether it's genuine or not. Yeah. Like the person can't tell you it's genuine. Yeah. Like you have to feel that and be like, hey, that was genuine. Yeah. So I think you have that that ball will be in that person's court.
Because they could swear that it is, but if I don't feel that it is, that my feelings are valid.
Mm-hmm. And no, not only that, your feelings are still hurt.
Yeah. What would you say?
Two things. I think certain actions you can't say sorry for. So let me just acknowledge that.
Like
there are certain things you cannot say sorry for. Certain levels of disrespect. Okay. If you want to get like on one end of a spectrum, like molestation, like you done crossed the line and did some weird shit like that, like you can't say sorry for. Mm-hmm. Certain levels of neglect you can't say sorry for.
And what when you say neglect?
Whether it's abuse, whether it was just not being taken care of, whether it was any of that kind of thing.
You mean like physically being taken care of or mentally and emotionally?
All of the above.
So like for mentally and emotionally, do you not believe in the if they knew better, they do better?
I do believe that, but I don't believe like that's the gospel. Okay. Some people know what to do and still do wrong. Okay. So just because you know better, that don't mean you're going to do better. It just means you have the information, but what are you going to do with the information?
No, I just mean in a sense like when we talk about the lack of mental or emotional support, maybe somebody didn't know how to do that. And if they did, then you would hope that they did do better, but if they just simply didn't know how to show up in that capacity, is there grace given?
Un poquito. Okay. Yeah, un poquito. So again, there's actions that you can't say sorry for. When is a sorry not accepted? I think on the other hand, it would just be up to the individual. Like, how much poison do you drink before you die? So how much do you want to endure? Yeah, there's a few people.
But for you,
for me, yeah. I mean, for me, I'm different from people. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that can not accept a sorry or cut people off that you don't want to be in contact with or talk to. Mm-hmm. So you know, I think I'm different in that way. But there's just I just feel like you said, if it's not sincere, if it's not genuine, then it's definitely not accepted. If there's a certain action that happened, then it's definitely not accepted. So that's how I feel about it on both ways.
Do you feel that some people try to guilt trip you into like, I hope you forgive me before I'm no longer here on this earth, or I hope we get a chance to talk. Do you think that people do you think that comes from a sincere place? Do they truly hope that? Or is it like a guilt trip?
It's a guilt trip. I mean, sometimes it is what it seems like. It's a guilt trip. Like why would you be saying that? You wouldn't be saying that any other time. You're only saying that because you want the situation fixed.
So good time.
Yeah, it definitely is a guilt trip. And then you have that to play on the fact that you may be the older person. So no, like I can compartmentalize and understand that shit. Some other people may have a harder time adjusting or understanding that, but for me, no, you're not gonna guilt trip me into using something like that to manipulate me. And that's how I would feel. I would feel I wouldn't even be able to perform in whatever relationship or setting we have, because I know I'm manipulated. Yeah, like I'm only here because you think you're going to die and I should be doing a certain thing.
I do feel like using that is a guilt trip. However, we would just have...
Shouldn't even speak that. You shouldn't even put that into the atmosphere. But for people who do, it's fucked up.
Right. Now, on the other end, there are situations that happen.
Hold up, not to cut you off. And what if you're okay with that? Like, let's have a real conversation. Some people, if certain circumstances happen and you're okay with the person passing and you not...
You've made your peace
with it. Yeah, you made your peace with it. There's some people out here who are like that. Like, let's recognize it for what it is. Some people would be like, okay, Ann.
Yeah, so I agree. It is used as a guilt trip when said, but it is a reality. If it's... So, real quick story. We was just talking about this at the hair salon. Somebody was saying one of their former classmates had passed away. And this was a young person at like 35. She died on her sister's birthday. And her sister, they used to be really close, had gotten to, some kind of, they weren't speaking at the time. They hadn't been speaking for like a long period of time. But it was like something that you would think would have been resolved eventually, but she died. And again, on her sister's birthday. And it was one of them things that hit like, again, she didn't speak it, but it can be a reality. Like, damn, if it is fixable, because we don't know when our day comes, if it is fixable, you would hope that it's fixed. But for somebody to put that out there as like a dangle,
yeah.
That's where I think that it's selfish.
It's your trump card. It's almost like your big joker. Like, let me play this to get a response of sympathy and, oh, damn, you're right. I don't want that to happen. And then you course correct. So no, I don't. If you do that, you know what the fuck you're saying, and you know that you're trying to manipulate.
Yeah.
You don't want to die, so why the fuck you saying that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck you saying that?
No, previously we did an episode called The F Word where we talked about forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Probably was 2 years ago, maybe. 2 years later now. 2 years more wise. 2 years older. Has your ability to forgive changed since that time?
I had a great ability to change at that time. So I don't think
forgive.
I had a great ability to forgive at that time. I don't think it changes. Are you able to forgive? Yes, I am. I will always be able to. Will I always exercise it? No. So that's just me. Like, I've not mastered, but I have learned the ability to forgive. Will I always exercise it? No.
I think for me, my understanding of forgiveness has increased because I see, like, when people would say forgiveness is for you, I never truly understood that and really understood how true it was, that it really is for you to feel better, for you to come to terms or to come to grips with whatever a situation is. Like, it's not really for the other person, because
so you don't have to accept the selfish sorry.
Yeah, and not only that, it's not really for the other person, because when you think about it, again, you don't know if they are apologizing, if it's sincere or not. So in some cases, them not apologizing or you doing the work within to forgive is probably better, because in some cases they may push you further away into that unforgiveness stage with their insincerity, if that makes sense. So I think for me, since that episode, I think my ability to forgive has changed, because I have a better understanding of how true it is that forgiveness truly is for you. And I think I've come to
so you think a sense understanding it better changed your ability to do it?
Yeah, because before I felt like I needed to have conversations, or I needed to search for some sort of closure, or I needed to not pound it out, but I needed the riffraff to get everything out. And now I've come to a point where I don't need to say anything. Like, I don't need to, like, I kind of felt like before, I need you to understand everything, how you hurt me, why you hurt me, what you did, and then lay it all out on the table. Do whatever we're going to do, and then maybe some forgiveness will come, where now I've come to a place of peace where I don't need anything from another person in order for me to forgive. So, and the peace that it causes, that it brings, I've been able to realize that. So I think for me, that's how it's like, okay, you can forgive, and you can do away or put aside the anger, the hurt. You can, and if I read something one time that said, a true place of forgiveness is when you can sincerely pray for somebody. And that took a while for me to be able to do for some people.
Some people can pray for people, but not mean
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
You gotta mean it.
Exactly.
Saying words is just words.
Yeah. Yep. So I think I'm happy with the therapy lessons paid off. Not lessons, but sessions, I should say.
Yeah, individual therapy.
Yeah. Yeah. We've had those conversations.
3 grams. The big story across the country is the food stamp cutoff in all the states except for 2. I saw a grid map, and only 2 states is, I can't even, because I'm not good with geography, y'all, so I can't. It's the state in the middle, off to the right.
Wow.
Like right, I think it's West Virginia and something else in the middle.
They're not cutting
They're
food
not
stamps?
cutting them off.
Okay.
But it might be Wisconsin or something like that. But this is a huge deal for 40 million people. I think it's going to have I think there's a lot of minutia in this conversation, because for one, the government, what I hear and been hearing is a lot of people feel like, hey, we didn't get fair warning. There was just a government shutdown and they cut stamps off come in November. It's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, Then you also have another side of people, and which is the side I'm on, where it's like, hey, there's some people who have been abusing food stamps and government assistance for 30 years, for a couple generations. Like, there's moms who told their daughters to go get food stamps, or sons to go get food stamps when they were 19. There's a group of people who have been on government assistance for a while. So I think the effects of this I think is going to have a spike in crime, because some people just not going to get it. And I also think that some people will get it, and those people might go get jobs and probably won't need assistance ever again. But there's a lot of aspects to the food stamps being cut off. What's your take on it?
So I read some stats. Well, first it says 25 states. So it's like a half and half thing. So 25 states. I read some stats that says the average taxpayer, so working Americans like us, when people say, "Oh, we spending money for y'all to, mooch off the system," The average taxpayer pays about $37 per year towards food stamp benefits. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a situation where there are so many, and I wish I knew the numbers. I don't have them right now. I read them. Of the number of food stamp recipients who are working Americans, mm-hmm. who go to work every day. And we know in this economy, they've already shown that most jobs don't pay enough for people to pay rent and pay all their bills and mm-hmm. buy food and do all that. So they're working Americans that still need a little more assistance. Mm-hmm. I don't feel, and I acknowledge, yes, there are some people that are mooching off the system. If my $37 a year is helping these people who are working, but they just need a little more help to feed their families, to feed kids a meal, and you got some people that are mooching, I don't care. $37 a year ain't hurting me. I'm not complaining about $37 a year because you got some people mooching, but you have a great number of people that truly needs the assistance. And also, do you know what the average, now I know there's spectrums, right? Because you get some people based on their income and the number of children that they have, they get a lot of money. And then but do you know what the average food stamp payment is per month? $168. Mm-hmm. Now, again, you got some people that's way above that. And then I seen somebody, like an old person, said they might get like $64 a month. So, mm-hmm. Some people aren't getting that much. But the average is $168 a month. Mm-hmm. Some people who got a whole lot of kids who laying on their back ain't doing nothing and they selling their food stamps, they're profiting off of it. But if my $37 a year is going to help that mom or those moms who go to work every day and just can't make ends meet, then so what? Every child deserves to eat.
Every child does deserve to eat, and I'll let you land your plane. I do agree with what you said, but I don't agree with I don't care, because you're talking about 40 million people. So we're going to say we're talking about a group of people over here who's abusing the system, and a group of people over here who needs the assistance. There should be some way to figure out and compartmentalize and isolate those people who really, really need it. Figure out what you need to do to vet people. But you can't have a system where somebody's been abusing it for 20 and 30 years, or as the girls on in comments talking about, they get $1,600 a month in food stamps and $900 in cash. They sell their food stamps to get their hair done and their lashes done. What the fuck they gonna do now? Like, you can't have people abusing the system like that, or just say, I don't care about it. Like, well, you can say it, that's your opinion, but I think that's wrong. You gotta address that, because 20 and 30 years of that, or people sitting around on welfare for 30 years because your rent is $45 and all that's tied in, I think that's an issue. I think that the country can be pushed forward. Those people can try new things and be pushed forward, and not sit in a stagnant situation just because it's convenient for you.
I think you're thinking of how the system worked when we were younger, because yes, that was true. People got on Section 8 and they paid $17 a month for rent. Those days are far and gone. Like, so people,
again, I let me say, I don't know all about this. I'm talking about stuff that I read on the internet where.
But you also have to realize too, some people, it's clickbait. Some people
No, I understand that, but just like, okay, I understand.
I'm not saying it's not true in some cases.
I was going to say, like, not just to call it, it's clickbait in ways, but not just because I'm trying to prove a point. Like, it's not clickbait. Like, some of it is true. Like,
no, I'm not saying clickbait from you saying it. I'm saying some people are saying some people just comment.
No,
anything.
I understand what you're saying. Like, they're posting that for clickbait. I'm just saying we have to acknowledge that people abuse the system in that way. When I say that a girl is getting $1,600 a month and $900 in cash, and she's selling food stamps for for whatever the fuck she wants, her lashes and feet and all that. That is not 5 people I'm talking about.
No,
that's
a
lot of people that is abusing the system. Who I'm gonna sell you my food stamp. Like, that is saying you have too much. That you're taking away from another person who might be one of them people you're talking about who really needs it.
But it's not necessarily taken away from it.
No, I'm not saying you're taking it like it won't be there. I'm saying you don't need it. If you're selling it, you don't need it, and it can go to somebody who does need it. I'm not saying you're taking it away like you're depleting the funds, like it won't be there. They're gonna tell you no. You'll still get yours.
Everybody who needs it can get it. So I don't think that's the issue. I think $37 a year, is that hurting you?
No, it's not hurting.
Okay, just look. Is that hurting you?
No.
So why do you care what other people are doing with their money?
Because it's a system that I pay into. It's a part of the country that I live
you
into.
You pay $37, okay?
Right, but if I pay $37, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to just ignore it. You're minimizing it because it's $37 a year. If that's over 20 or 30 years, that's a lot of money. That's people that in this day and time that people don't have now.
Okay,
that people wish they had now.
When the
if I'm paying $37 a year for 20 years and I'm sitting here with $50, I wish I had that few $1,000s right now in 2025.
When the US
especially if I'm struggling.
When the U.S. is sending, billions of dollars to Argentina to help them, I don't think this is.
What the hell are we gonna do about that?
Well, okay. I don't think this is necessarily an us thing, like the people
but I'm just saying it's something to talk about.
I think this is a government thing where and this is another thing that I've read. They have like emergency funds or some kind of mechanism by which they can say, we're going to release this money. We're not going to let the SNAP benefits get cut off. But they're not doing that.
Right.
But again, they'll send money to Ukraine. They'll send money to Argentina. They'll send money. But here in the U.S., so that's why I feel like instead of the people
you feel like two wrongs make a right, and it doesn't.
I don't necessarily feel like two wrongs make a right, but I also feel like you can't cut your nose to spite your face. They shouldn't cut SNAP benefits because while, yes, there's some people that are abusing the system, there's a lot of people that need that to feed their families.
Right, and I'm not disagreeing with that, but you have to do something about the people that's abusing the system. We don't have systems in this country that you just can abuse. Like, you can't just abuse the healthcare system if you want to. You can't just abuse the electrical system if you want to, or gas or whatever. There's regulations on shit. So you shouldn't just be able to to abuse government assistance just because you want to.
Well, I also think the government needs to put more regulation in place because, okay, if you're a mom and let's say you go to work every day, you're making $12 an hour and you got 5 kids, the government needs to because there are some people in that situation who might be getting $1,500 a month in food stamps. Do they need that much? Probably not. So I think the government can do a better job, but the government doesn't allow people, I'm not going to say nobody, but the mechanisms in place. You got to be working or in the process of finding a job. Again, this is not like the welfare system of our day in the 80s and 90s where you could just not go to work. They started making sure you're doing something. But the amounts of money that people get sometimes are astronomical. And it's like, damn, I know you got a lot of kids and you're working, but $3,200, like that's a lot. So I
just don't think you can abuse the system, and and it was a big boom in the whole home health care thing because of this. I read about this. That's what a big boom in that was, because of you got to be working and have something going on to still be able to get your assistance. So we know that that's not the whole system, but we know a lot of that is a fraud too. That home health care shit.
It's a job.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, as long as you got that going on for 12 hours a week, you still gonna get your assistance. That don't mean you out here working and putting it down. It just means you keeping you playing the game. That's all it means. You giving them what they ask for so you can get what you want.
I would just rather people put their energy towards, the government and fighting them and what they're doing instead of fighting each other.
I think that I hope the people who turn to crime because of this, I hope that they don't do that. But I also will have respect for the people who say, "Oh shit, like we had a good run. Got to go get a job." And I'm not sitting here saying that's as easy as I said it, or it's a lot of jobs out there. But just maybe a person who was on assistance for 15, 16, 17 years, this happens and don't know how long it's going to be. Maybe they'll start working somewhere.
I think it's very few.
Isn't that better?
But again, I think there's very few people where that's the case. The system doesn't allow you to just sit and not do something and just collect benefits for nothing. Like, there has to be some reason why you're not working in order for you to still get benefits. Are there people that, scam and jump through hoops? Yes, but
those are the people I'm speaking about. I'm not talking about the people who you keep saying who need the assistance. I'm on board with you. I agree. Every kid should eat, and those people should get the assistance. But I'm not going to sit here and say the people who abuse the system just fuck it, abuse it. I don't care. It's because it's $37. I can't do that. Like, that's not what it's supposed to be there for. If that's the case, like I'm on your side where you say vet people and let's get the people who really need it the assistance that they need. The people who are abusing it and selling fucking food stamps because you get $1,600, you have to do something about that, babe. You can't just say fuck it. They're getting more than the person who actually needs it and is going to work. So if you got the person that you're talking about who is going to work, paying their bills, have a little car note, and they need a little assistance, the person that is doing less is getting way more than that person. Something has to be done about that.
Yeah, but I just think our first order of business should be worrying about the government and not what other people are doing.
That's okay. Graham too. Melissa. In Jamaica, our favorite place to be. I don't even want to get emotional about this. I was driving home thinking about this and got like a little watery eyed. Yeah. This might have thwarted our trip. I'm just starting to see pictures, and it don't look good. I saw what the hell did I see that was familiar to me? And
the airport?
The airport. I was like, damn, that's fucking Sanger. That's Sanger. Like, damn. I was like, damn. And I was like, if they going to have that up in 30, 40 days? Like, that's, we usually go around Christmas, and it's just like, damn, like.
What I haven't seen, and I haven't watched the news, but I haven't seen, like, reports on, like, deaths, which I hope that this sounds crazy. I hope it's a lot of property damage and not lives lost, because
hear like a category 5 and for them to say Jamaica will be unrecognizable is sad, because I hope the area that we go, it's like, I'm just being selfish, the area that we go to stays the same, but it's probably not, and that's a shame because of the people, because of the area.
Right on the beach.
Like right on the beach, the niceness of it. I just hope like the damage was minimal in that area, but it got hit hard, and there's fucking floods everywhere. Shit's got to be rebuilt, and in times like this, where it happens to a country like that, like you got to realize this is the time that the white people come in and buy up shit. Because it helps them rebuild, and they ingest money in there. Now they change the culture of what the fuck the place was, and when we go there, we're like, damn.
So with that being said, and I know sometimes you can be a little bit, not a conspiracy theorist, but we hear some conspiracies, and it's like, that could be a hint of truth. And we talked about this in the past about how governments can change weather. So there's a guy that posted a video, and he was talking about how a week ago, this storm was headed in one direction, and then now it mysteriously changed direction to go directly towards Jamaica. He also talked about how some years back, there was a report about how Jamaica has all of this oil that's been untapped. Like, they haven't dug or whatever they do to get oil, they haven't used that resource in Jamaica. And he also mentioned how this storm mysteriously was missing off the radar for like 12 hours and then popped back up. So he's saying all this stuff, and it's like a white guy. I'll show you the video, and he's like just saying, like, is this some kind, like, to lend to what you're saying, is this some kind of plan by the government to wash out the land, to allow gentrification, for a lack of better words, to come in, to buy up this land, to utilize it for the resources?
I don't think, there's cloud seeding. There is that. They make it rain in Japan and Dubai and all these places like that. Now, clouds don't stay in one spot. They go all around the world. So I don't know. Like, if enough people are doing that shit, I'm sure it can affect the weather. Can it create a Category 5 hurricane? I don't think so.
Could it get out of control? Or remember that flooding that happened in Dubai?
Once it gets out of control, how do you control it?
You just gotta wait for it to go.
Yeah, but you don't know it's gonna land on Jamaica. You could create some shit like that, but once it gets so powerful, how do you control it to say, I want it to go over Jamaica when it's going over an ocean?
How do we know what they can do? We only know what they tell us.
I think they can do a lot. I don't think they can control a Category 5 hurricane. Okay. To directly fly over something. I just don't think that. Can they cloud seed and make it rain real bad? Yes, they can. I've seen it on YouTube. Anybody can look it up. It's called cloud seeding. They do some shit with the clouds and they make it rain like that. A lot. Like gallons of water. But a Category 5 hurricane, 165 mile an hour winds, that big ass eye in the middle. Once you create that, how do you... All right, we want you to go over here. Like, that shit ain't a bus.
Maybe it got out of control. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not saying I believe it.
And again, I'm on the side of white folks will come in and insert their money and buy up shit, whether it be Asian people, whoever, they're gonna come in.
Oil tycoons.
Yeah, big Texan people gonna come in and buy land to help them infrastructure and build back up, but it's gonna be at an expense. At what cost? You know what I'm saying? We'll help you do this if we can buy all that. We'll help you do this if we can buy all, and that's like, we'll help you with your electrical grid. They told Ice Dad and Flip's dad, don't expect electric for 2 months. And they were texting in real time on the show, and it was like, my dad said his electric just went out now. But just to think, like, that's their warning, like, don't expect electric for a month or two.
That's not surprising, because remember with Maria, when the U.S. had to, when Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, and the U.S. had to go down there. But you got to think, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. If the island needs help, I don't know what other countries.
Where do they get their assistance from?
Where are they getting their assistance from? I don't know. You would
think the U.S.
You would think they would assist, but the U.S. is selfish. It's like, they may look at it like, what do we benefit from Jamaica?
I love this place. I love the Caribbean, and I love Jamaica as a part of the Caribbean. And I'm sad, man.
Yeah,
I'm sad.
Me too.
I hope a lot of people didn't perish, and I hope it looks the same. It feels the same. The Rastafarians, all the Jamaican people. That's what makes Jamaica. Like, yeah, you go there and you see some white scragglers, but the white scragglers you see got dreads, and they love it too. They talk patois over there. So they are immersed in it. But just to see it like, oh, they got a Chinatown in Jamaica? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, that's not going to be good. Nothing against Chinese people, but y'all don't need to be in Jamaica with a Chinatown, is all I'm saying.
But then again, you got to think, maybe the Jamaican people want to experience a Chinatown.
Maybe. You think they would eat Chinese food?
Yeah, I think they do.
When they got a cuisine of their own, why would they eat Chinese food?
The same reason why Italian people eat Chinese food. The same reason why Chinese people eat Italian food. Like,
I don't think they would.
You
think they get tired of eating curry?
It's not a matter of getting tired of it. I think they want to enjoy other cuisines. Like, you got Thai, you got so many.
I think they're the nicest people, but they're so arrogant about their food that they think it's the shit. That's why they're slow when they get here. Like, we don't give a shit. We're not moving fast. You're going to wait because we're about to give you these rice and peas and this jerk chicken. You're about to get this food. Like, that's how they play. Sonia Massey, her killer, was finally convicted of her murder. Wasn't she the first person that kind of kicked off that 2-year span of black people dying by the hands of police when it went up to like 25 people in 2 years? Wasn't she the one that died in the jail cell?
No, that's Sandra Bland.
Okay, which one was?
Sonia Massey, the cops killed her in her house. They shot her.
Okay.
But you know what made me sad about this? And I'm happy you asked that, because, and I don't think she was the first, because it was the guy, Eric,
Eric Gardner.
Yeah, he was kind of the
guy that choked for the cigarettes.
And then what was the young guy in Minneapolis? The young guy that they killed in Minneapolis. What I think it was. I can see his face. Then Trayvon Martin. So I think they were before. But what made me really sad about this, to your point, and seeing this, I had to think to myself, which one was this? Because it's been so many. Yeah. And that's sad. Like, I'm so happy you asked that very question, because I thought the same thing when I seen it. I'm thinking, damn, he was acquitted. I mean, he was found guilty, because I thought about Sandra Bland. I'm like, how they go from she committed suicide to, and then I'm like, oh no, this isn't her. But it's so sad, because it's been so many that we shouldn't be like, which black person murder was this now that's in the news? That's
because I know
horrible.
It wasn't that many females. I mean, one is too many, but I got it was 3
prominent ones: Sonia Massey, Sandra Bland, and it was the other girl who they shot when she was in the bed.
The heavyset
light skin. Yeah.
No, she was dark skinned. This was recent. Remember the no not warrants cop.
Okay, yeah. I thought she was like
Breonna Taylor.
Yes, Breonna Taylor. Yes,
because I remember they kept saying say her name, say her name.
Yeah. I can picture her
she wasn't light skinned.
Yeah, you're right.
But so they locked her killer up. I mean, well, he was convicted.
He was a police officer. Yeah,
he was convicted. But just shouts out to her family if that brings y'all any closure.
2nd-degree murder, I think it said.
Condolences to y'all, and rest in peace to Sonia Massey. Yeah. It's like you said, a one and a slew of that 2-year span. What was that, like 20 to 21?
Yeah, because it started around like COVID time.
Yeah, and it was like, God damn.
Like 2019 to 21, I think.
It was like, God damn, like every other week. The guy,
And let's just say, those were like the major stories, because when you look at the list, it was a lot. The Tamir Rice, like it was a lot.
The guy they killed in a car with his daughter.
Philando Castile. That was the first person I ever seen killed in real life.
Yeah.
Like, it was so many of them.
Well, it was on video, it's not real life.
But I mean, still, like, real not in a... Yeah, I wasn't there in person. I've never seen
different, baby.
That was the first video that I seen of a person getting killed that wasn't a movie.
Right.
And then it seemed like after that, it's all kind of pages they show murders, but I had never seen that before until Philando Castile.
For me, it was the dude with the cigarette. Like, watching the cops choke that dude out on the ground like that. That was
the one in
Eric Gardner, I think his name was,
or the one in Louisiana, because Eric Gardner was in New York and it was one in Louisiana.
It was the one in New York. He was selling his cigarettes in front of the store, and he had a permit, and they told him to go.
Yeah,
and they jumped on his back and they choked him. Like, to see like him saying, "Get off me, get off me, get off me," to "I can't breathe," to like not moving no more. It was like, damn, we just sat there and watched them. That was like almost like on some first George Floyd stuff, because you like watching these cops choke this dude out till he stopped moving, and they got up off of him and cuffed him, and he still was like slumped down there, like, and died.
What was the other guy in New York that the cops killed? Jay-Z has was another guy that the cops killed. Sean. I don't know. The fact that we're having this conversation and it's been so many. The world is heavy. The world is heavy.
Let's wrap it up. Act 2, the podcast, episode 249, coming to a close. We here, y'all here. We hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Hope y'all enjoyed the last episode. We promise we're gonna try to get better at this. That's it. If y'all fuck with us, y'all fuck with us. If you don't, you should. Peace.